Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. First things first, before we get into the topic, try to hit the like and the subscribe button, just help a brother out. It would really help with algorithms and stuff like that. Anyway, get into the topic. It's basically, if you've heard the old saying, everything happens for a reason. And I know if I say that to you, you can think, what about the suffering in the world? What about, you know, all of the horrific things that can happen to some individuals? And don't quote me wrong, I'm not disputing that. I get it. But just within my own life, like I've seen the blessings from certain bad things that have happened to me. Like, for example, when I was young, like 7, my mum died. And I know it's not the baddest thing in the world, but I haven't had a mum since I was 7. But, and I don't want any sympathy or anything, but what I'm saying is the type of individual that I became from that pain. That's why I think there's a blessing and a burden within each of these situations that happen to us. So I'm not saying there's some traumatic things that happen that I can't imagine going through, yeah, that people go through. But there's a blessing and a burden in each thing. So we can take the blessing from these certain situations, and it's like they strengthen us and shapen us into being who we are. So this can be all aspects. So it could be even a simple thing of poverty. I know poverty is not nice, but if you're living on the breadline or whatever. But at the same time, it could be a blessing, because say you're a millionaire, you may have a drug habit, or you may have an alcohol problem, or you may something, or gambling problem or something, where there'll be no limits to your behavior. So it could be like, before the universe or God bestows you with blessings of physical wealth, say, he's trying to shapen you and add in the details for you to get your stuff on check. And by you getting your stuff on check, then he will bestow it. So it's like, that's back to what I said in the previous video about the intentions. So we have to make sure our intentions are in check, and we have to try and take the blessing from these situations. So it could be even a divorce, it could be something like that. There's a blessing within it. You just have to look in the detail and see it. But also, the devil's in the detail. The devil's in the detail to distract you, to make you think, oh, the worst things happen to me, stuff like that. But really, there's a slight blessing within these situations. And it's not just my mum's death that I talked about. It's other things that have happened numerous times throughout my life, where I say, and it can be small things, it can be big things, but there's a plan and an intelligent creator. Like, God is real, and we gotta just, what else can we do? That you gotta think about it, yeah? If something befalls us, which is quite unfortunate, or something like that, if something befalls us, which is unfortunate, then we may as well look for the blessing out of it. We carry the burden, yes, we carry the burden of whatever's happened to us, but we may as well look for the blessing within it. And by us looking for the blessing within it, we gain. Because there's no point being wallowing down. We go through a process. There is a grieving process and stuff like that. We go through a process, and it takes time. And that's why there's something. That's another video. But anyway, like, I was going to mention God's timing and our timing. That's why, like, I and I want to make another video on this subject. But there's a time that God does things in, and there's our time, our little 24 hours on a clock or whatever like that, where we go by, we wake up, you know what I mean? But the sun and the moon, I mean the sun, us rotating and the sun being present, and then the darkness of the night, that all of that is to signify the breaks in the day and to help us, that God bestowed with us, so we can keep a record of how many days and stuff like that. But God's timing is totally different. God's timing is infinite. But I'll make another video on that. But just look for the blessings in these things that have happened to you, and just take the good from it, from whatever situation befalls you. Just look for it. Maybe get a piece of paper and write down the pros and cons, and just say, nah, there's a blessing from it. And maybe if something's fresh, yeah, and it's just happened, you won't see it. But just trust with the process, the grieving process, or whatever situation you're going through. It will make you stronger. It will strengthen you. You become an immovable spirit that people can't mess with. Anyway, thanks for listening. Hope you're all well. And whatever time you're watching this, during the day or night or evening. But anyway, thanks for watching. God bless you. Have a good day.